I hope your day is full of Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke. More importantly, Diet Coke, because Diet Pepsi fucking sucks. And Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper and orange soda. And what else is there? Root beer. Gotta have root beer. You gotta have rosé, champagne. It's a beverage intro, guys. Have a little orange juice, why don't you? A little apple juice. Nothing will make you feel like a kid more than a glass of apple juice. We have an amazing episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only comedian Shapell Lacey. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Shapell Lacey, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. One, I am in Austin, Texas. So if you're in Austin, Texas, come see me. I will be performing at the Comedy Mothership for the next week. I'm here until October 28th. I post all my show dates on my Instagram at Princess Shank. And also, I am coming to the DC Comedy Loft with Kim Congdon in November. 5 shows, DC. So if you're in DC, come get tickets to that as well. And more dates coming soon. I believe I'll be in San Diego in December. And I'm coming to Canada for LOL Fest in April. So that's a while out, but something to think about and remember if you're a Canadian fan. All right, before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Shapell Lacey, I just need to tell you about something, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Oh yeah, if you're like me, your feet carry you through the week. They carry you through the good times, they carry you through the bad times, and there's only one way to reward those sweet, sweet souls of yours, and that's with Oh Yeah socks. Whether you're into flamingos, alligators, blueberries, or skeletons, there's a pair of socks for you. It's a great way to shop to support the podcast, and you get 10% off with discount code SARA10, SARA 10 for 10% off. Shop ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code SARA10. And as always, you can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on this bitch. And let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only comedian Shapell Lacey. Guys, here it is. Should we start this pod?
Yeah, we can start. Yeah, whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, water expires.
It does?
Yeah, see that.
I've never seen that on a water bottle like that.
But it makes sense because it's in a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's got to expire.
Yeah.
Because you think the plastic bottle probably collects something within inside of it.
Microplastics.
Yeah, that's why they say drink water from a can or a box.
Why do I feel like canned water and box water doesn't scratch the itch? Like, I still feel dehydrated. When I drink Liquid Death, I'm like, this feels like fake water.
Oh, you feel dehydrated?
Still, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's really quenching my thirst.
Also, there's these, like, things that, like, help that out.
Like what?
I do these things called, I'm not even sponsored by these guys, but it's called Element.
Oh, yeah.
LMNT.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
Is, when I first started doing those, my friend, she's like a nutritionist, whatever, she told me about those drinks. And they actually do help a lot. When she told me about it, like she was texting me about the drink. And then I was like, oh, LMNT.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was saying element.
Yeah.
I was like, element T. Yeah. Telling everybody, yo, I've been doing this thing called element T.
It sounds like a drug.
Yeah, it's great, man. You gotta take it.
DMT, element T.
You're hydrated.
Yeah, you get your electrolytes.
Yes, all the above.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian Shapell Lacey.
Yeah, I think this is my third time.
You're back, baby.
I'm back.
What's going on in the Shapell verse?
Oh, thank you for letting me have that.
Yeah.
I mean, just me.
Yeah.
I don't know, anything fun.
Have you been to any concerts lately? I know you're a concert guy.
Yeah, I'm always a concert guy. I'm trying to think of the last big concert I went to. I can't even remember. It's so tough. I can't remember. I've been to so many concerts in my life.
Yeah.
That if you like, the only way I remember is someone goes, "Man, you ever seen that one band?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I seen them." Otherwise, I just it's so many that I literally can't even think off the top of my head.
Really? How often do you see live music?
Oh, I mean,
Do you go every month?
Man. Yeah, I'd say probably out of the month, probably two to 3 times a month.
That's cool.
Yeah, I probably see live music, but yeah, it's like.
What are your top bands to see live?
Top band that I've seen live.
Top 5.
That goes off.
Well, that goes off.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Are you going to Oasis? You are.
Am I?
Did you get the tickets?
Come
on.
Come on.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Yeah. I can't say my top favorite concert until I see them.
Oh, because you haven't seen them.
Yeah. So this will be my first time.
Have they been feuding since forever?
15 years.
Is this their first tour since?
They've actually been feuding since they started the band. But,
right.
Yeah. But like the hard feud, 15 years.
And they just reconciled, and now they're like, we're gonna go on the road.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they stay reconciled before the date.
Something special must have happened to where they
needed the money.
I remember it was fun. You know what? Actually, I don't think they do. Like people say that. I don't think they do because individually, they do a lot of like tours and stuff, and
they're good individually too.
Yeah, and they make pretty good damn money. Like when I saw Liam solo in England, like he sold out like this field, like this park. You know what I mean? That I'm like, damn. And he did 2 shows that he sold out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God. And I think it was for both shows total, like in attendance, I think it was 160,000.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like 80,000 people each night. Like so.
And their songs are played all over the world.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think they needed the money.
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say I think they're doing it because it's like
they're not starving artists.
Yeah, and they have always look at me fucking speaking for them.
Yeah.
But anytime I've seen it in an interview, they're always like, we don't need the money.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. When you don't need the money, then you can just do it, and then all of a sudden you make even more money.
Yeah. Because you're doing it because you actually.
I'm quitting stand up and not coming back.
Are you gonna become a musician?
No, I'm gonna take a 15-year hiatus to try to come back.
Could you imagine taking a 15-year hiatus from stand up?
I mean,
and then coming back.
That's a long hiatus.
That's a long hiatus. During the pandemic, it was like a year, and I was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know what it's gonna be like when I go on stage again.
No, it is interesting. That is like with stand up, that's a long time because. The thing is like as a musician, you have like songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know the songs.
But stand up, they're not going to want to hear you do an old joke. They're going to want to hear what you're talking about currently. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. But do you think sometimes that people do want to hear an old joke? Like if you see Ron White and he does tater salad and that's like his.
Yeah.
Like, do you think people. You know, like how sometimes you like people's older shit. Like you go see a band and you're like, I hope they do that one song, like their first from their first album, and they don't.
Yeah.
Do you think sometimes people see comics and they're like, I hope they do some of their old stuff in their set, or no?
I have a joke that people will shout out to me sometimes.
They'll just ask you to do it.
Yeah, they'll ask me to do it, but also like the joke, like when I originally wrote the joke and like posted it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like. I mean, I liked it,
but
like,
it wasn't where it is now.
It's not where it is now. So
that's
like, I'm
worst.
And also like, I'm still gonna put it on a special. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because
I give 0 fucks. I'm like, listen, I mean, the joke is just different than what. It's not that it's different. It's just like when I watch back to the one that like made it blow up, I'm like, that wasn't that good.
I know, but what is that?
I was like, that's the demo.
It's like perfectionism.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, now that I've been doing it for 2 years, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I just don't think I gave the joke that much justice. I look back at a lot of my older sets and like I have some jokes that like, you know, that I'm like, man, I didn't give that joke any justice. You know what I mean? I didn't do it like I could have done it. And I just like, I think at the time when I was like filming certain stuff, like, I did a set for Comedy Central, and I just don't think I was as good of a comic as I am like right now.
Yeah.
And some of those jokes are like just so like I was like the premise is so strong, but I was like I don't like
the delivery.
Not even the delivery. I just don't think I gave the true authenticity of the
joke. Like you didn't extract everything out of the premise.
Yes.
That sucks.
Yeah.
When you're like, or sometimes when you think of something years later that fits in with it and you're like, oh, it's been there the whole fucking time. Or sometimes someone else will be like, oh, have you ever thought about that? And you're like, what?
Yeah.
How the fuck did I miss that?
Yeah, exactly. And like when I had filmed that thing for Comedy Central, I think I only had been back in comedy for a few years.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then all of a sudden I got this Comedy Central thing that they asked me. The Clusterfest is what it was.
Oh yeah, Clusterfest.
Yeah, it was Clusterfest, and
I went to
it was like the
Clusterfest.
Up Next. It was like their version of JFL New Faces, and so the joke I did, like, there's some jokes. Some of those jokes I'm like, I'll kind of let them like live there or whatever. But there's some jokes where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm reworking that.
Yeah.
and I want to, and I don't think I should be faulted for that. And if anyone faults me for it, I mean, one, I don't give a fuck because it's like, well, fucking, I'm the one that has to do the damn joke.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that there's some like eventually when I film a special for sure, there's some jokes where I'm like, I'm gonna give this joke a lot of fucking justice.
Have you filmed a special yet?
No, I've never filmed a special.
Me either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to.
Yeah.
There's part of me that's like, I need to. Like, it needed to happen 2 years ago. And then another part of me that's like, but it's not exactly right yet. And then there's that part of me that's like, is that always going to prevent me from putting stuff out because I'm like a perfectionist? And some of it is just like, it's not even serving me anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like old bits that I know work. But I'm not like, I don't feel like passionate doing them. Because I know that they work and they're easy because I've been doing them for so long.
Yeah. And like some of the jokes like that I have like that like I'm more like I don't care that it went viral on Instagram.
That means nothing.
Like it means
world,
nothing.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like that. I was like, no.
It still needs to live on a special.
Yeah. It still needs to. It has to.
Because it's also
go ahead.
That part's annoying because you're like, there's this constant need to like feed the beast that is social media, right? And then you do crowd work, but then you also want to show that you can write.
Yeah,
and the crowd work thing gets old, I feel like.
Yeah, it gets old. It's fun. It's a fun. I think crowd work is really, really fun. But yeah, it can get a little old or whatever. But like, I don't post a lot of crowd work clips all the time. But I'll do it. Like if there's something I really like, I'm not opposed to it. I don't give a fuck. If I like it, I'm like, hey, that was a fun moment. I'll take it. But a lot of times, like I do love the writing a structured joke and watching that shit just bomb until I make it something dope. You know what I mean? Like
when it bombs and you're like, I still believe in the premise so hard.
I'm like, I believe in this bitch so hard. I was like, I can't let this thing fucking die.
No, I know, but it sucks when you know it's so funny and it's just not there yet.
It's not there yet.
But it's still like the premise is funny.
The premise is funny, but it's not
there yet.
It's not there yet.
That part sucks.
Yeah, and you're right. Like you have to like feed this demand. But like when I thought about it, like when I was looking at back in the day, like you would see a comic do a late night set. So they would do like a 5-minute late night set. Yeah. Right, and then all of a sudden. They would do like a 30-minute special, right?
Right.
Or like a Comedy Central Presents. So, some of those jokes from that late night set were definitely in that Comedy Central Presents, right?
Right.
And then they would go do, then they were like, a lot of times it was like they get an hour special after Comedy Central Presents. And guess what? Some of those jokes from that Comedy Central Presents
are in the special.
Are in that special. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is making me feel better.
No, yeah, you got to think of that like I have some don't tell sets that like I don't know like when I look at the views I'm like damn that's a lot. Then when I think about it I go no it ain't. Not that much. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not downplaying it. I love it.
I love don't tell.
Yeah. But when I truly think about it I'm like it's not as much as like you would really think. So yeah, a lot of people don't even cuz like I said there's a joke that people will shout at me to do. Mm-hmm. It's like one person knows the joke, maybe a couple people, but a lot of people didn't know the joke.
Right.
I remember when I had filmed like my 10 minutes with Don't Tell, and I was just like, oh, I guess I got to burn that material. Then I went out and I was like, wait, I'm like performing, and I was like, let me test the waters, and I would do the joke, and like I'm like, oh, no one knows this damn joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though I got like a ton of views, I'm like, oh. No one knows this fucking joke. So then I would just do the damn joke. I don't care. I love the process of writing. I love the process of like really holding on to something that you can make. Like why not give it its fullest potential?
Right.
like the thing that's the luxury of like comedy. We don't have to write jokes like a song, like songs. You know what I mean? Because once the song is put out, that's it. I don't believe comedy should be that.
No.
I don't believe comedy should be like this thing of like where like it's like no, you got to work that shit. You got to see that develop. Prime example, Craig Conant. He posted his it's a funny joke about him taking mushrooms or something. Like he posted it's like a good joke and it went viral when he filmed it at like the Ice House. Like maybe like a few years ago, like pre-pandemic, but he posted he posted the joke from when he first did it. And I think it was like when he first started stand-up. So he like had been working that joke, which is like, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then once you like, obviously once you feel it, you're going to know when the joke is done.
Yeah.
You're going to know when the joke is over. You're going to know like, which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to know when it's like finished.
Right.
And like, yeah, there's some things that I've like done as a comedian where I'm like, that wasn't finished.
I know. And then you think about how it wasn't finished.
And people online laughed at it. Cool. Yeah, of course. But like, you know, I just look at like, I'll look at myself and I'll look at myself now. And I'm like, I'm better than that. And also that was like, that's such a good premise. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't hold on to everything I've done. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I could do away with that, you know, but which is always nice. That always feels good. But there's just some things I'm like, nah, I'm gonna work that.
Or sometimes somebody says something in the audience or there's a moment and then that gets you in a different headspace and like it's a segue into a different joke that you weren't planning on doing, but it makes sense in the moment.
Yeah.
If someone like...
Oh, a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a lot where I'm like, well, I guess I can do this joke now since they said this.
Yeah.
You know, that does happen a lot. Yeah, I mean, I've been loving headlining and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, have you been on the road a lot?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, it's been nice, you know.
Do you like going on the road?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Do you get lonely? He starts
I know, right? Yeah, just, you know, Sarah, I'm glad you asked. You know,
as someone who's Puerto Rican, I've gone through many phones in my life and different providers and switched up. And something happens when I don't know. I feel like every time you work with one of these companies, what you see is not what you get. Something happens when you leave the store and then you get your first month's bill. It's so much higher. That's why I want to talk about our sponsors. It's Mint Mobile.
With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they truly mean it.
Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected changes. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month.
I had AT&T for a while, and I had bad experiences. Lots of like weird hidden fees. My bill never really made sense. So I can't tell you how powerful it is to finally know what you're paying and know that you're not being screwed over by your wireless plan's jaw-dropping monthly bills, you know?
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. That's a fucking steal.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/thisbee.
That's mintmobile.com/thisbee. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. That is fucking so cheap, dude. Go to mintmobile.com/thisbee.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speeds slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Let's get back into the pod.
You know, it depends on where I'm at.
Dude, some of the places
oh my God.
I'm good never going back there.
Man,
I go to some places I go, yeah, I'm good never coming back here.
Oh,
dude.
there's some places where like
I made the mistake of ordering Chinese food in Jacksonville, Florida. Not the place to order Chinese food.
I would never.
And then I started like, it was the only thing that was open after I got off stage. And I was in my head and I was like, is this even chicken? Like, what if it's some other? I started spiraling.
Yeah, that does kind of freak you out.
I'm like, I don't go to Jacksonville, Florida for the Chinese food.
I've been starting to bring like more so like healthy snacks on the road. So
you
I don't
do?
like just so I'm not eating so crazy.
Dude, it's so hard.
It's very hard. I mean, Chipotle like holds me up pretty good. Like you can always find like pretty healthy stuff there.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, I'm like, man, let me just pack some protein bars and like, you know, I do a lot of the pistachios.
Pistachios?
Like, no shells, but I do like the lightly salted one.
You do them no shells?
Yeah, I ain't wasting my time picking no damn
shells.
There's
something about taking off the pistachio shell that I like.
I guess it is killing time when you're in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't feel the same way with sunflower seeds. Like, sunflower seeds, I eat like 90% shell by accident.
Yeah.
Just because I'm bad at separating the seed from the shell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a burden.
Also, sunflower seeds are just so damn small.
Sunflower seeds. Yeah, what are you? A fucking bird? Who
Yeah,
eats
right.
sunflower
Yeah, I
seeds?
know.
It's like you're not gonna get full off sunflowers.
Also, I fucking. Ugh.
I'm like spitting it. It's like
Anytime I see someone
off.
buy them, I go, "What are you stuck in the 90s? What the fuck are you doing?
You going to the dugout?
Yeah, right. What are you doing? Eating sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds are yeah.
Like gross.
You spit.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Whereas like pistachios. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you just pull them apart, then boom.
I feel like that's like keeps me from not going crazy.
Also,
like,
pistachios, you don't want to put in your mouth and try to break those with your fucking teeth.
No.
You know what I mean?
Imagine breaking a tooth on a pistachio shell.
It's like, oh.
What happened? Pistachio.
I know. When I used to drink, I used to open beer bottles with my
teeth.
Yeah, with my teeth.
Were you ever nervous about like losing a tooth?
Hell no. I was not.
Not when you're drunk.
You can't get nervous when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Ain't no nerves there.
Wait, how long have you been sober?
I stopped drinking 10 years ago this year. And then weed, which I never really was a fan of to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
It just always gave me headaches. I wouldn't say I was like someone who consistently smoked weed. It was just always gave me a fucking headache. Weed has probably been like 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I never liked weed. It was the alcohol that I loved.
Yeah.
I loved me some alcohol.
You did?
Hell
what would be your go-to?
Wild turkey.
Wild turkey?
Yeah. Put a little hair on your chest.
Ugh. So crazy.
I know.
Wild turkey?
Yeah.
What is that?
Because it was the first thing I ever got drunk off of when I was in junior high.
It is very like first thing that I'm drinking is wild turkey.
Yes.
Like I remember in college freshman year, my boyfriend had like a wild turkey shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's sick.
Yeah, you're like sick, wild turkey.
That's my man.
Yeah. I know. It's so funny because my homie, we were in junior high and we wanted his brother to get us some alcohol. And then he's like, what do you guys want? And like you're asking junior high kids what the fuck they want. They're like, we'll do whiskey, man.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right. And so he got us wild turkey. And I remember we were at the train tracks taking shots. I think we all did like 2 each. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
Oh my God.
And we were just like fucking out of it.
Do you remember there was this alcohol that I used to drink in high school? It was called 99 Bananas.
Yeah. They had the little shooters.
Yeah, what was it? Was it like banana flavored vodka or something?
I had snuck some of those into a concert.
No, 99 bananas.
Yeah, I snuck some 99 bananas in there and just fucking took them. Those things actually get you kind of fucked up.
99 bananas, yeah.
You know what's so crazy? I don't know if we're around the same age or not, but I saw this thing on TikTok or Instagram where younger people like in their early 20s are starting to find out about MD 2020.
What's MD 2020?
Oh, you don't know about that?
No.
Oh, never mind.
What's MD 2020?
So MD 2020 is like this fucking it's a fruity drink, but it's a drink.
Yeah.
That like if you're drinking that,
yeah.
Oh, you about to have a night.
MD
it's like
was it like Four Loko?
No, it's like MD 2020. I want to be able to explain it, but we just get drunk off it all the time. Hold on. I'm gonna show you right now.
MD 2020.
MD 20. Yes.
It's really fast. Does it matter that the screen keeps turning off? Okay.
So it's like
what is it?
It's like you never seen these?
No.
You never seen that? Oh.
No, I've never seen MD 2020.
Oh, well that's what all
it looks fun. I understand why.
But it's a tough drink. And it's pretty strong.
It looks like cleaning. It looks like Fabuloso.
Might as well be.
Dude, that's so
weird. It's like I don't know how to explain what it is, like other than like just to show people, but
that's crazy. I've never seen that before. MD 2020.
Oh, it'll
get you fucked up.
It'll get you fucked up. It's bad. It's a tough drink.
I had the weirdest dream the other night, speaking of Fabuloso, and it was like a product placement ad in my dream for Fabuloso. Like I woke up from my dream being like, should I buy that cleaning thing? Because in my dream, there was someone cleaning with it and it smelled so good.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't think I've had a dream do that where I dreamed about it and I go,
a product?
I should do that.
Yeah. Like, should I buy that product?
Yeah, I haven't had that.
That's weird, right?
You got unique dreams.
I got product placements in my dreams, and that's being a victim of capitalism.
I forgot. You told me about that dream thing.
Which
The
one?
thing you do, gosh.
What?
Not a dream catcher. It was something we talked, dream pot.
Oh, moon pot.
Oh.
A moon pot. Where I put on the full moon, I put down everything I want to release and I burn it. And then on the new moon, I write down everything I want to manifest and I burn it.
Got it. So it has nothing to do with dreaming.
Has nothing to do with dreaming.
All right, never mind. I was
it's
like,
more
dream
like
pot?
a manifesting situation.
Yeah, manifestation. I love that.
I like the thought of releasing things and then burning them.
Yeah.
Feels like something's happening with the energy there.
I love that.
Yeah, I should get back into. I haven't done it in a minute.
Why not?
Because I moved out of my hippie canyon and now I'm out of sorts.
Oh gosh. I know.
Now I'm a valley girl.
I dubbed thee. That's funny. Damn.
Yeah, I know.
You should get back into it.
I know.
Everybody has their way of like manifesting things, and
yeah. Do you write down things that you want to manifest?
Nah, I just go, I'm gonna do that,
and then you do it.
And then I do it.
But you journal. I remember you saying you journal every day.
Every day. No. Sometimes I won't. Like if I feel like if I find myself just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Then what I'll do is I'll wait a little bit. I won't journal for like. Sometimes I've gone like 2 weeks without it and like let myself kind of like live a life.
Yeah.
It's like with like the stage. It's like I don't want to go up like 24/7. So it's like, I want to give myself a little bit of a
time to experience things. I have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of like see the world and like, and live in a world where I'm like not trying to create a joke, and then all of a sudden I go experience something, and then it kind of finds its way to me
organically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, manifest. Yeah, I don't like. I don't know if I'd like do anything specific where I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I go, I'm gonna do this, and I just like it's more action,
and then you just do it,
and I just do it.
Yeah,
and figure out a way, which always leads to like something that I probably eventually wanted to do.
Yeah. Are you one of those people that looks at like stuff other people are doing, and then you're like, oh, I should be doing that?
Hell no.
See, I get like that.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Compare and despair thing. When you're like, oh, I should be doing that.
I'll tell you why you shouldn't do that. I learned something recently. I've always saw it online when people say it, like they'll be like, oh, that person's main character, right?
Yeah.
And I see people say it, and like I didn't understand it at first until like a friend kind of broke it down.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh. I was like, so it's not necessarily like a bad thing. A main character, not necessarily like a main character to your, like if you're a main character to your world and what you're doing, you're not necessarily looking at other people going, damn, they're doing that. I need to do that too.
Let's see what my co-star's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Not saying that those people are like necessarily co-stars as much. Let's call them extras.
Extras.
You know what I mean?
Featured background.
Yeah, because your co-star is obviously like the homie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, someone that's close to you. But like I just you got to have that like main character energy. Like is what I think is like
positively.
Yeah, exactly. So like main character energy is like basically like you're not trying to like hate on someone. You're not trying to like figure out what they're doing. Like you're like main character energy is like you doing you and you creating your own fucking things and going for
blinders on.
With blinders on, and like that's like main character energy. And like so every day I try to make sure I have that, like I kind of carry that energy in a positive way, not in a. I mean, I feel like it's obviously like you can.
Take it too far.
I
become a narcissist. You're like,
exactly.
I'm main character, just looking at yourself while driving.
Yeah. And just like, even if like main character energy is like, someone wants you to do this and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, and that's the one thing that I've realized the longer I do stand up is like there's power in saying no. Because like when you first start,
I say no more than I say yes.
When you first start, you're like, I'll do that.
I turn down everything.
You do?
Hell yeah.
If it's a show you don't want to do it, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm all set.
I'll just say it.
I'm like, it's in a laundromat. It pays $25. I'll be there, babe. And then I'm like angry the whole way there.
I know.
And then I do the set, and I'm like, actually, that was pretty fun.
I know. Sometimes it is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're pretty fun.
And then you're like, well, why was I so weird about doing that?
Yeah. And I don't turn down like shows like that, but like it's just certain things. Yeah, I'll just go, nah, that don't fit me.
Yeah.
Like if like, especially like auditioning for certain shit, I'll just be like, nah.
Do you audition for commercials?
Nah.
Those will suck your soul.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're like, you get the commercial audition like a night before it's due, and they're like, "Oh, tomorrow you need to be a Walmart cashier." There's no lines. You just have to look excited behind the register.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's an hour and a half out of my day because I have to find someone to help me film it.
Yeah,
It's like,
true. Yeah.
Huh?
I know.
And then even if I get it, it's like, cool. I'm a Walmart cashier, but that's a good check.
Like,
so that's how it keeps you hanging on, dude.
Yeah, you smiling at that cashier, that cash register. You're like,
yeah, no, and then that's what keeps you hanging on, dude.
Yeah.
You get one McDonald's audition, you're like, this could be the one.
Exactly.
But I have yet to book a commercial, dude.
Now, if you walk around with that main character energy, you will. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I like, there's times in my life where I think about situations in my life where I've been like sidekick energy. Where I've been like,
sidekick energy.
Yeah, where you kind of just like, not really doing. Yeah. I've had that too. That's what's like cool about that word and like discovering it. And I thank my friend, for helping me understand that, because I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, this is when I was like sidekick. I was like over here, like I feel like I'm being the main character. Okay, just kind of getting that like solid gauge, which is like pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's like tight, like figuring that all out.
Yeah.
I love dissecting shit like that, because obviously my goal is always to deliver the best that I can, and like push myself to like a different, like I wrote something the other day on like Instagram where I just sometimes I won't even, I'll be so regular about an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things like I've accomplished that like kind of like have gone unnoticed to people, like people that like never knew, because I'll just be like, I guess my mindset is I'm like, well, there's more to be done. Like I'm not.
Well, but that's what's fucked up is because like you get something or you accomplish something, you get your name on the wall of the Comedy Store, and then you're like, now what? And then you're like, is that what life is? Like you strive for these moments, and then you get them, and then you look around and you're like, now what?
Yeah.
Because that feels kind of like dark.
Yeah, it's like when with cheerleading, like when we won nationals. I was like, yeah, cool.
Now what?
Because, there's also worlds. I was like, this ain't worlds. Like, we won nationals. Cool.
But like, how do you appreciate those moments? Because they're still accomplishments. Because they're still accomplishments, right?
I know. I got it.
And then you're like, because if it was someone else who accomplished it and it wasn't you, you'd be like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Good job. Like, you should feel empowered by that. But when it's you, you're like, okay, now what?
I know.
It's like this weird, like constant thirst for this.
Like when I get something and I'll tell a friend, I'm like, yo, I got this thing, and they'll be like, dog, for real, like why aren't you so hyped? Like I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't done it yet. Like that's how I feel. Like it's like I got this opportunity,
right,
but I haven't done it yet.
And even if I do this, there's still more work that needs to be done.
Yes.
Like it's never ending.
Hence the reason why I feel the way about some of my like sets online, where I'm like,
I know, but then the comics.
Is that bad?
No, I think that's what makes you good. I think the comics that are like, yeah, killed that again. Like,
yeah.
Then they're not striving to be excellent.
Yeah,
they're just settling.
And I'll be like, more so than ever, like more so recently, I just like I listen back to every set. I watch every
single one.
I watch every set, any set that I got like filmed, that like that I did over the weekend or whatever.
It's painful sometimes, right?
No, hell no. I love it.
You don't think it's painful?
Well, the reason why it's not painful is because I used to do that with cheerleading.
Oh.
Like we'd watch over our competitions or the routine or whatever, and I just like studying like, oh, you didn't make that look good. Like you can do that.
But
better.
are you harsh on yourself when you're watching yourself? Like, are you criticizing yourself in a way, or are you? Because I know that like.
No, it's more of a focus, like kind of locked in mode. Like I'm not sitting here like, you dummy. I never do that.
Because for like a woman, it's hard because it's like you go on stage and then maybe you watch and you don't like the way that you look at a certain angle and then you're spiraling.
Oh, I'm always like, I look how I look.
Really?
I don't give a fuck what they think. Yeah, I look how I look. I'm still pretty as fuck. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I look how I look. I don't care.
No, that's a good way to be, because like when you're a woman, you're like, dude, do I have a fupa in this video? It's kind of distracting.
Yeah.
Like I can't even listen to what I'm saying. Is my muffin top? Like you get in your head.
Oh, for sure. I know that for sure, because like I just remember like in cheerleading, like when I had to get ready for the competition in comparison to my homegirls, like my teammates that had to get ready for a competition, like they had to get ready completely differently than I did.
Yeah.
Like I could literally like
walk downstairs
and like I could put my shit on at warm up.
Yeah, and you're fine.
But they gotta go.
They're putting on lashes.
Yeah, they gotta do a lot.
Glitter and shit. Yeah.
And I get that. I respect that. But yeah, that's why I'm always like, whenever people are like, you want to see the picture? I go, nah, I look how I look. I go, what you got is what you got. I'm not gonna try to be like, well, I need to fix this. I don't give a fuck.
See, that's good. That's freeing.
Yeah. I'm just tired of tiptoeing around like feeling like I need to, I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Well, even like the more that you see yourself, the more desensitized you get from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember when I first started doing podcasts, I'm like, whoa, that's what I look like. And then now it's like you see yourself constantly and you're like, that's just what I look like.
Yeah, that's what I look like. It's because I heard it from this, there's something, this monk. Was it a monk? Who was it? Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, well, he used to be a monk. Jay Shetty. You ever heard of Jay Shetty?
Oh, yeah. I think I follow him.
Yeah. So he was talking about, like, I don't know if it was him or someone he was interviewing where they were talking about, like, like being, like, not necessarily being okay with your body, but also understanding, like, how you can make your body better if you want to, like, physically look better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I think, or it was someone that said this. It was someone he was interviewing that said she just got naked in front of the mirror and just stared at her body. And just stared at it.
For how long?
I don't know. But enough to where she like looked at it and was like, okay, this is how I look. Okay, this is what it is right now.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I can do better.
Yeah.
Something like that. I vaguely remember.
That's my nightmare.
Isn't it a nightmare?
The thought of being naked, staring at yourself in the mirror?
Right? Yeah,
fucking nightmare. And then when people do like roast battle naked at Skankfest, I'm like, you're on another level, dude. If someone was insulting me and I was fucking naked, that is not, I could never.
I used to turn the lights off after a shower. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it's like, that's crazy.
I know, but it like helped this person like mentally like,
the one thing
appreciate their body in a different way, but also like figure out what they could do better with it.
Well, then also though, because I feel like women are so critical, we're so critical of ourselves, so it's already hard. I don't know. The thought of staring at myself naked.
That's what I'm saying. It was a woman that did it.
Hell to the no.
When she said that, I was like, I'll do that shit. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, now.
I was like, put it away.
It's like so crazy because like in other countries, people are naked more and it's like more normal. Like in France, tits will just be out at the beach, sweetie. You don't even have to have good ones. It doesn't matter. We're just free and European.
Like the nude beaches and shit.
Yeah.
Could you go to a nude beach?
No. I don't think I'm that free. I wish like there's a part of me that wishes like a hippie, like there's a hippie part of me that's like, yeah, we all just have meat suits, whatever, man. Like just be free, whatever. It's all beautiful. And then I'm like, no, because to me it's like if you're being naked on the beach, the next step is like you're like at a swingers resort.
Right.
And that's a hard pass for me.
Have you seen that show? Oh fuck.
Naked and Afraid?
No, not Naked and Afraid. It's like these. It's a British show. Okay. And basically, like, it's like a dating show.
Okay.
Right.
They're
and
naked?
Yeah, they're naked. So like the people the people that you're like picking through, they're naked, right? And so but everything like they're in these like kind of tubes.
Yeah.
And then like the first part that raises up is the lower half. So you just see like dick or vagina, right? Depending like if you're a guy, you're seeing all vagina. Right, it's like the first thing you see, and like they're like straight up judging the vaginas. They're like, oh, like I like the way her lips are, like that.
No, what show is this?
And then on the dicks, they're like, yeah, like I like that, like it's uncut or whatever, blah blah blah, because they're British.
Yeah.
And like they're like dissecting this shit, and then they so what they do is whoever they didn't like on that round, they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of this person. Then the thing raises all the way up. You see their full naked body. You see who they are. And then you go on to the next round. So the next round, they raise it up. Then you get chest and like stomach or whatever. Yes.
No, I do not like that. What show
right?
What fucking show is it?
I forget what it's called.
That's crazy. I'm going to look that up.
You got to look it up.
No, I don't. Imagine signing up for that show.
You got to look it up. It's shit wild.
You'd be a sick fuck.
Wow.
To be like, I want to be judged
yep.
first by my dick, then by my face.
Yep. There's a dude with a prosthetic leg.
Oh.
But had like a fucking...
A prosthetic leg?
But
That's crazy.
He had a prosthetic leg, but fucking hog.
Really?
Man had a hog on him.
Did a lot of people like that? Did it cancel out the prosthetic?
The girl picked him.
Really?
Yep. And then at the end, you have to show your body.
No.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
It feels like... It makes me feel like a modest... It makes me feel modest because I'm like so grossed out by it.
Yeah.
But it's like, why? It's just the human body.
I know.
I'm not like... I don't know. I can never be a doctor. I don't like body parts and like blood and like, I don't know, bodily functions.
It's like, hey, all right, I got to stick my finger in your ass today.
No.
You're like...
And then you go home. You go home and your wife's like, how was your day? And you're like, well, I did another prostate exam.
Yeah, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, but it's just normal for you.
Yeah, it's just normal. Yeah. That's, I
like
mean,
a gynecologist.
I guess if you do that, like it's got to be... But some people have that mind where they're just like so intrigued by that and they want to help. They love the science of it or whatever. Like you got to be like a dork for it.
You got to be.
It's like stand up. You got to be a dork for stand up.
You have to be a loser dork. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like you have to be so mesmerized. But like I feel like being a gynecologist would be one of those things where it's like I actually you become a gynecologist and then by the end you're like I don't even think I like pussy anymore.
Yeah,
this is just like work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 100%. It's weird, huh?
That is weird.
Yeah. I'll keep my towel on.
Yeah, keep my towel on.
You know, I'm gonna wrap it all the way up here too.
Yeah, dude. Yes. Well, this was a fun podcast.
This was great.
I know. We talked about it a lot.
I always love talking.
It went by so fast. Yeah. Do you have anything coming up you want to promote? This comes out a week from tomorrow.
Shit, what do I got? A week from tomorrow? What's a week from tomorrow?
I don't even know who I am or what day it is now, to be honest.
Oh, it comes out Wednesday?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. So a week from Wednesday. Yeah.
What time on Wednesday? What time on Wednesday?
I don't know. I would think around noon or before morning.
Oh, okay. I'll be at Irvine Improv that night.
Perfect. Go see Shapell. Buy tickets to see him.
Yeah, buy tickets. Funny. You know what? I'm sick of. You know what I'm sick of? Let me tell you something. Where's my camera at? This one? Whatever one.
Yeah.
I'm sick of you late ticket buyers. You have me stressing out this whole time. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like I see the ticket sales, and I'm like, am I headlining an open mic?
I know.
Like, why do you guys do this to me? Don't do that. I know I'm not telling you to rush to see Shapell Lacey, but fuck.
Rush to see Shapell Lacey. Yeah,
give me some type of urgency that'll make me go, like I'm spiraling. Like I gotta cancel this. I gotta cancel
it, and then a lot of times day before.
They're like, why did you cancel that? I go, bitch, buy earlier.
Yeah, buy earlier. Everyone buys the week of.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Sometimes it's like the day before. You're like,
day of, an hour before.
Right?
Like what? People are so non-committal. I feel like.
I know.
They're like, I don't know. I want to keep my options open.
I get it. I'm not a big enough name yet. I get it, but I'm going to be.
So you can buy tickets, see him now, so then you can look back and say, I saw Shapell Lacey at the Improv in Irvine.
You bougie motherfuckers.
You bougie motherfuckers. Buy tickets to see him, and you can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on this bitch. And we'll see you next week.